The wait is officially over. We can now announce the final 2 roster slots for our stacked Overwatch team. Joining me here to talk about it is Dummy, as well as the 2 new guys themselves, Ajax and Harbleu. We're going to start off with Harbleu. Harbleu, tell me your background in Overwatch and what position you're going to fill for NRG.
Sure. So back when Overwatch was in closed beta, I was actually on a team back with Siegel still very early on. Which I ended up leaving them after a couple months and then went to Complexity, which while I was on Complexity, I was really able to build myself up as a player. I played a lot of ranked and really tried to flush out my hero pool and focus on certain heroes like Roadhog and Zarya. And so it's pretty cool to be back with, Siegel, who I played with through my time in TF2 and at the start of Overwatch. So playing with him again, and then players like Dummy and Numlock, who also came from TF2. It's cool to be on a team with all of them, and also with some all-stars like, IDDQD, and I guess Ajax also, I play also Flex, in case I didn't mention that. Flex, I play, mix of DPS, tanks, all that good stuff. Support, though, I don't touch the stuff. That's for the others.
All right. Ajax, same question. What was your background in Overwatch, and what's your role in Energy?
All right, so I played Overwatch since the very last wave of closed beta. Played on a lot of amateur teams. I eventually found a team that I really liked that I stuck with for a while, which was Kingdom Esports. Played with that for a while, and then they got bought up by Renegades. I didn't really make the cut, and then I went to Kangarna, and with Kangarna we went through the qualifiers, had a really good run, went with Ghost. After that, I signed with TSM. That didn't go so well. I got no longer there, and I kind of found my way on NRG after a series of unfortunate events that kind of made something good out of it. My role in NRG is kind of the in-game leader. I do a lot of ult tracking, and I play support. So that's pretty much what I do on the team.
Ajax, you said that you didn't make the cut on a couple other teams, or it just wasn't working out. What makes it different on with this lineup?
Well, every time I get cut from a team, or back way in the past when I was an amateur, or every time something happens to me that's negative, I try really hard to be positive, and it gives me motivation to come back and play against the same players that I just played with and beat them. It felt really good as a player to be able to come from being a player that wasn't as good, get cut, get a lot better, improve, and then being able to beat your old teammates that are still my friends, but it's good to go back and play your old teammates again and improve. So
that's awesome. Harbleu, so I do social media for NRG, and not a day went by where I did not get a message telling us to sign you. And this was even early on, before I think people even knew you were trying out. We just kept getting message after message, and so I'm sure you got the same thing. How much of a relief is it to finally be officially NRG member?
It's a huge relief, not just as from a social media standpoint or anything, but just from a player standpoint. Actually, back after I left Complexity, and I was thinking of my options and anything, really NRG was the one that stood out to me. Just knowing that the players that were already on the team, everything I'd heard about the org with how they support their players and everything. Come on, they got Shaquille O'Neal for all. So all that stuff. It just from the player, it made me interested in it. But then, I had, my stream, everyone who was, it was fun messing around with them. And, the NRG and Friends thing, the stream we did with all that. And for a while, there were ups and downs where it looked like it was going to happen. It wasn't going to happen, with the contracts and everything. But I'm glad it all finally worked out this way. So I'm really relieved to be where I am now.
Dummy, now that the rebuild is complete, I want you to take me back, because I was with you guys at MLG Vegas, and I know that was a very tough loss, and the whole team was just kind of devastated. What did you guys learn, you, Siegel, Numlocked, that you guys took forward into rebuilding the new team?
Well, the main thing was that talent really doesn't mean everything. I still do believe that the 6 people at MLG had the talent to be on the team. So the people that were removed, they're still really good players, and I think they still have a bright future in Overwatch. But the issue is we didn't really have direction as a team. We didn't have the chemistry, and we didn't really have every role we needed. Like we, especially as like in-game leader, we didn't have that. That's kind of what we were looking for with our Lucio when we were looking for a new Lucio, and that's what we really appreciate about Ajax. Like he's a really good caller. He also just has a really great attitude and mindset. So that was one of the biggest draws to getting him. Harbleu, you know, he's a great flex player in general, really vocal and everything. But another big reason why he really works out and fits into the team is how vocal he is. You know, there's no surprises in what he does and what the plays he makes. So we kind of learned what like very specifically we wanted in players and what we were lacking. And there's a reason why, you know, it took us a really long time to do it. Obviously there was contract stuff, but also we just really needed to find the right fit. And we feel really confident in the pickups.
Ajax, there's a lot of strong personalities on this team and big personalities. Seagull being, you know, a massive streamer. IDDQD is a big streamer. Harbleu streams a lot. Dummy's a big streamer. He's growing in his streams. Yeah. He's Mr. Reddit. You know, how are you going to keep these guys in line? How are you going to, you know, do you see it as an advantage or a disadvantage to have these huge personalities?
It's having a lot of like big personalities on a team. If they clash, is like a really negative thing. But if you have a lot of like big personalities that can work well together and, you know, are willing to talk to one another consistently, you know, have team discussions and, you know, improve his teammates, it's like, I think really good because it gives you a lot of like diverse ways to think about certain things, like not even just in the game. Maybe it's just how you approach things, but I think it's really good to have a lot of good personalities as long as they can work together because of all the different outcomes that you can get out of it. As long as you stay as one unit, remember that you're a team, and constantly just work through your issues. So I think it's definitely an actual like huge advantage moving forward.
Harbleu, same question.
For us, the chemistry, really from the first couple of days I played with the team, I could tell the chemistry was there. You know, all of us, we joined the team with the goal to be the best and to compete with the best. So, you know, so far there hasn't been any clashes, and I think all of us are mature enough on the team that if we do run into any issues like that, we'll be able to talk with each other about it and work through it. So, yeah, you know, we have a lot of big streamers and big names on the team, but I think all of us have a common goal of being the best and winning.
So what's next, Dummy? Any tournaments, boot camping, more scrims? When can people expect to see this roster live?
So the Overwatch League is really, you know, a question mark right now. We don't really know what's going on with that. And as far as I know, because of that, there's not really a lot of tournaments. So I can't really say specifically when you guys will see us next. But, you know, after... If there's any other tournaments in April, I feel like we'll definitely be entering those, and hopefully we could also, you know, do some streams and stuff together. I know people really like the NRG and Friends stream. We'll probably be doing events and stuff, like promotional stuff, since there's kind of a downtime. Like, you know, we just did Events DC in South by Southwest, and I can totally see us doing more stuff like that in the future, especially with Events DC, just because, you know, like I said, there's a downtime right now. There's no real tournaments. We definitely want to showcase the lineup. I know it's kind of annoying that maybe people expected us to be in the monthly melee last month and then the one, you know, this weekend, as well as the Overwatch pit. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. It's not just, you know, getting the lineup together. We finally did that, but there's also a lot of things to factor in, and we just felt like we couldn't do it. And hopefully we can enter into the next one.
Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I want to thank Dummy, Ajax, and Harbleu for their time, and we hope that you guys are as excited about this lineup as we are. If you guys want to stay up to date with the Overwatch team and all of our other teams, you can follow us on Twitter @NRGGG, and for more videos like this one, you can subscribe to us on YouTube.